Published, 7:02 Eastern Standard Time, the 21st of December 2017. Updated, 1944 Eastern Standard Time, the 21st of December 2017. Prince Harry and Meghan Markle today released a third touchingly intimate official engagement portrait after being overwhelmed by the warm and generous messages they have received during such a happy time. An intimate black and white portrait of the newly engaged couple embracing and deeply in love was published by Kensington Palace this morning, with an endearing but more formal picture of them sat together holding hands. Then a third portrait was released 2 hours later as a candid photograph from the day of their portrait sittings, with Kensington Palace saying the couple thanked well-wishers for their warm and generous messages. The refreshingly warm photographs taken at Frogmore House, a private royal residence in the grounds of Windsor Castle, will be welcomed as a contrast to many of the more formal royal engagement portraits of the past. Celebrated fashion and celebrity photographer Alexei Lubomirsky, who has snapped everyone from Julia Roberts to Angelina Jolie, was said by a language expert to have captured their high levels of UAL attraction. Mr. Lubomirsky, who has previously worked with photographer Mario Testino, a favorite of Prince William and Princess Diana, described taking the pictures in Berkshire earlier this week as an incredible honor. Meghan is wearing a one-of-a-kind sheer couture dress worth a whopping £56,000, along with the jumper designed by Victoria Beckham. Kensington Palace confirmed to Mail Online that the dress by British firm Ralph Russo was privately purchased, although it is not clear who bought it, or whether the price was paid for it. Scroll down for video. Prince Harry and Meghan Markle shared this candid photograph from the day of their portrait sittings at Frogmore House, a private royal residence in the grounds of Windsor Castle. A social media post by Kensington Palace said, "Thank you so much for all of the wonderful comments following the release of Prince Harry and Ms. Meghan Markle's engagement photographs. The couple are so grateful for the warm and generous messages they have received during such a happy time in their lives." One of the 3 photographs of Prince Harry and Meghan Markle, taken earlier this week. It shows the couple, dressed smartly, sat on the steps of Frogmore with the U.S. former actress just below her fiancé. Meghan places her left hand on Harry's right hand, again showing her engagement ring, as they both look at the photographer. Meghan shows a couture gown by British label Ralph Russo, which is understood to have cost an eye-watering £56,000 to pose in her husband-to-be's arms. Harry and Meghan released the official engagement portraits almost a month after announcing their plans to get married. One of them was this intimate black and white portrait of the newly engaged couple embracing. The image, taken in the grounds of the house, shows the prince and his fiancée smiling and embracing as their heads touch. Meghan holds the prince's face, with her engagement ring prominent, as he wraps his arms around her. The couple released the first 2 pictures at 11 a.m. today, before Kensington Palace put out another one at 1 p.m., saying, "Thank you so much for all of the wonderful comments following the release of Prince Harry and Ms. Meghan Markle's engagement photographs. The couple are so grateful for the warm and generous messages they have received during such a happy time in their lives. As a way to say thank you, they have decided to share this candid photograph from the day of their portrait sittings directly with all of you." The black and white image, taken in the grounds of the house, shows the prince and his fiancée smiling and embracing as their heads touch. Meghan holds the prince's face, with her engagement ring prominent, as he wraps his arms around her. Harry and Meghan leave the Queen's Christmas lunch at Buckingham Palace in London in a Land Rover Discovery yesterday. Harry and Meghan pose for the cameras in the sunken garden at Kensington Palace in West London on November 27. The other photograph shows the couple, dressed smartly, sat on the steps of Frogmore with the U.S. former actress just below her fiancé. Frogmore House below in Windsor is where Harry's cousin, Peter Phillips, son of the Queen's daughter, Princess Anne, held his wedding reception with Canadian Autumn Kelly in 2008. It has also been tipped privately as a possible venue for Harry and Meghan's own bash. Intriguingly, it was at that party that Harry introduced his then-girlfriend, Chelsea Davy, to his grandmother, the Queen, for the first time. It may explain why Meghan was seen in deep conversation with Mr. Phillips at the Queen's Christmas lunch at Buckingham Palace yesterday. Meghan places her left hand on Harry's right hand, again showing her engagement ring, as they both look at the photographer. Meghan shows a couture gown by British label Ralph Russo, which is understood to have cost an eye-watering £56,000 or £46,650 plus VAT, to pose in her husband-to-be's arms on the steps of Frogmore House. It was anything but a safe choice from the star for the couple's official portrait, given that piece of the dress is entirely sheer. When it appeared on the AW16/17 catwalk, the model wore it without a underneath. Ralph Russo, based in London, has investors including Phones4u founder and British billionaire John Caldwell. For a second, close-up photo of the couple embracing, Meghan is wearing a cream jumper understood to by Victoria Beckham, and a huge coup for the Spice Girl turned fashion designer. Apparently also keen to support British Anne's for the special shoot, Prince Harry chose a coat by Burberry for their black and white picture. Harry brought his new fiancée to the Queen's annual Christmas lunch at the palace yesterday, where she was introduced to almost every member of the royal family. The couple announced their engagement on November 27, and a few days later a proud prince introduced his bride-to-be to the nation during a series of official events in Nottingham. It has already been confirmed that Meghan will be part of the royal party at Sandringham for Christmas. Harry and Meghan will marry at St. George's Chapel at Windsor Castle on May 19. Prince William and Kate Middleton pose in their two official engagement portraits, taken by photographer Mario Testino in the Cornwall Room at St. James's Palace in London on November 25, 2010. The picture on the Duke and Duchess of Cambridge's 2017 Christmas card, released on Monday, was taken by photographer Chris Jackson at Kensington Palace, showing the couple with their children Prince George and Princess Charlotte. Meghan and Harry's engagement photos mark a new era for the royals, experts said today. The portraits show the couple with their arms wrapped around each other during a shoot in the grounds of Windsor Castle this week. Celebrity photographer Richard Young has been in the business for 45 years and photographed the royals, including Harry, on numerous occasions. He told Mail Online, "I think they are absolutely beautiful." The photographer shows two people who are very much in love. The expert, who lives and works close to Kensington Palace in London, he has got the composition just right. "I wish I had taken them. They look very happy and it's a modern touch. I think if they had been taken by Mario Testino or David Bailey, they would have done exactly the same thing. I like the way they are constantly in each other's arm. It's about time we saw something like this from the royals." Last month they said they had chosen Windsor because it was a very special place for the prince, and said that he and Meghan had regularly spent time there together during their 16-month romance. It appears they again chose the beautiful grounds of the Queen's Berkshire residence for the new photographs, released today to mark their engagement. Royal Aid said the couple's choice of photographer didn't come from a personal relationship, they simply liked his work. Mr. Lubomirski said, "It was an incredible honor to be asked to document this wonderful event, but also a great privilege to be invited to share and be a witness to this young couple's love for one another. I cannot help but smile when I look at the photos that we took of them. Such was their happiness together." Alexei Lubomirski, who is famed for his portraits of Hollywood's leading women and a protege of Mario Testino, the couple have chosen New York-based fashion photographer Alexei Lubomirski, who is famed for his portraits of Hollywood's leading women and a protege of Mario Testino, who was beloved by Harry's mother Princess Diana. He has also become a firm favorite with celebrities, and has shot cover stars such as Julianne Moore, Angelina Jolie, Demi Moore, Beyoncé, Charlize Theron, Gwyneth Paltrow, Natalie Portman, Jennifer Lopez, Selma Hayek, Katy Perry, Sarah Jessica Parker, Jennifer Aniston, Julia Roberts, Nicole Kidman and Scarlett Johansson. The star photographer is a prince of the Polish House of Lubomirski, whose royal lineage stretches back 500 years on his side and gives him His Serene Highness. The intimate photos of Harry and Meghan were apparently taken in the past week as he posted a photograph of himself at Heathrow Airport on Tuesday. He said today, "It was an incredible honor to be asked to document this wonderful event, but also a great privilege to be invited to share and be a witness to this young couple's love for one another. I cannot help but smile when I look at the photos that we took of them. Such was their happiness together." Alexei was born in England to a Peruvian, English mother and a Polish, Frencher, and at the age of 8, he moved to Botswana with his mother and English stepfather. He was introduced to star photographer Mario Testino and joined him in Paris as his assistant for 4 years and has worked regularly for Vogue and Harper's Bazaar. He has also published books including Princely Advice for a Happy Life, a tribute to his 2 sons, and Diverse Beauty, about models not usually used in fashion magazines and campaigns. All proceeds from his books are donated to the charity Concern Worldwide, which fights world poverty, of which Alexei is an ambassador. Demi Moore poses for Mr. Lubomirski in her Hollywood Hills home for Harper's Bazaar. He has also become a firm favorite with celebrities, and has shot cover stars such as Julianne Moore, Gwyneth Paltrow and many other stars. Harper's Bazaar covers featuring Mr. Lubomirski's photos of Gwen Stefani and Georgia May Jagger. The Ralph Russo gown, pictured on the catwalk, would have been handmade by skilled craftsman. Meghan Markle knew all eyes were going to be on her when she released her engagement photos, and the bride-to-be certainly didn't shy away from making a statement when it came to her dress. The 36-year-old opted for a couture gown by British label Ralph Russo that cost an estimated £56,000 from the Autumn/Winter 16 collection. The gown features a cascading tulle skirt complete with an entirely sheer decorated with intricate leaf embellishment. But while there is little doubt it is a show-stopping gown, it has not been a unanimous hit. Dozens of people have already taken to Twitter to question whether the extravagant gown was appropriate for the occasion, while others said it's fit for a princess. Ralph Russo is a luxurious isn't in the know label for high-profile women with a love of fashion. The British-based label, run by Australian couple Tamara Ralph and Michael Russo, specializes in elaborate couture dresses studded with crystals, devore feathers, iridescent metallics and floor-sweeping trains. All of their dresses are made by hand, which can take up to 3,000 hours. It's certainly a stark contrast to the Reese dress the Duchess of Cambridge chose for her engagement photos. Judy James says in the 3 official royal portraits of Harry and Meghan look so in love viewers might feel like they're intruding on a private moment. Harry and Meghan are tearing up the royal rulebook yet again with the most intimate engagement photographs in history, Britain's best-known language told Mail Online today. Judy James says the couple look so in love in the 3 new official royal portraits viewers might feel like they're intruding on a private moment. The pictures were taken by celebrated fashion photographer Alexei Lubomirsky, who has also captured the high levels of UAL attraction between them, she says. There is also a marked contrast between Meghan and Harry's pictures and the ones released by Kate and William when they got engaged in 2010, Judy told Mail Online. William and Kate opted for some polite snuggling. Harry has raised the bar by wrapping Meghan into his coat. She's looking down in a flirtatious way, but the way their heads are nuzzling makes you feel like clearing your throat to let them know you're stilling. Here is Judy's expert view on what the photographs tell us about Harry and Meghan's relationship, by Judy James. If there were any protocol about the intimacy levels of royal engagement photos, Harry and Meghan have cut right through it with the stunningly wide poses that show a couple so much in love that the viewer might seem to be intruding. The new royal couple did take time out in the length shot to throw some eye contact towards the camera, but it's clear from Harry's soft and dreamy eye expression in particular that his only real concern is the woman sitting between his legs. This is a very intimate pose in a world away from anything the royals have released before. William and Kate were cutely cuddled together for their engagement photos, but their poses were far less exclusive in terms of locking out the viewer. They giggled towards the camera to share their happiness, and their eyes were close but not to the extent that Harry and Meghan's are. Harry has enclosed his bride-to-be between his legs here in a gesture that shows loving protection along with high levels of UAL attraction. William and Kate's poses always looked like shared and sharing shots with the couple speaking to the camera with their eyes. This made their poses sweet and rather cute, whereas the black and white shot of Harry and Meghan shows a couple almost isolated in their own love. Harry's besotted smile makes him look almost unrecognizable, and an expression like this just has to be authentic rather than posed for the camera. While William and Kate opted for some polite snuggling in their photos, Harry has raised the bar by wrapping Meghan into his coat. She's looking down in a flirtatious way, but the way their heads are nuzzling makes you feel like clearing your throat to let them know you're stilling. Harry is clearly openly happy to let the rest of the world know how happy and in love he is, and Meghan's high levels of confidence seem to have allowed him to sidestep the normal formality of a royal romance and show a far more intimate side of their relationship. She's donned in a show-stopping couture gown worth £56,000 for her official engagement shoot with Prince Harry. But in the second photo released today, Meghan Markle opted for a more low-key ensemble consisting of a cashmere knit believed to be from Victoria Beckham. And while the designer is keeping tight-lipped about her connections to the jumper in question, the ensuing Twitter frenzy has made it the worst-kept secret in fashion. Carrie chosen. In a second engagement photo released today, Meghan opted for a more low-key ensemble consisting of a cozy cashmere knit believed to be from Victoria Beckham. Meghan is likely to have chosen her outfit for the pictures, shot earlier this week at Frogmore House on the Windsor Castle estate, with great care, and notably opted for British Anne's in a nod to her new home. Her choice of jumper this week could represent a major coup for Mrs. Beckham, with data suggesting her fashion influence is enough to send sales soaring. A £495 handbag she carried earlier this month sold out in hours. The candid close-up portrait, shot in black and white, is less formal than the first photo, making the cozy winter knit the perfect choice. And according to reports earlier this month, Victoria, 43, and Meghan, 36, have struck up a secret friendship since the US actress moved across the pond to live with Harry at Kensington Palace. Could this be it? While the designer is keeping tight-lipped about her connections to the jumper in question, the ensuing Twitter frenzy has made it the worst-kept secret in fashion. A spokesperson for Victoria Beckham refused to comment when asked if the jumper was one of their designs. Now fashion bloggers and Meghan superfans have been left scrabbling to identify the exact style. One suggestion is a sold-out cream cashmere sweater, while the other is a silk cashmere mix, both costing between £500 and £700. The three pictures were taken by celebrated fashion and celebrity photographer Alexei Lubomirsky, who has snapped everyone from Julia Roberts to Angelina Jolie. This isn't the first time the royals have turned to the former Spice Girl for wardrobe inspiration. Mrs. Beckham's Quincy tote as the Duchess of Cambridge's bag of choice for Wimbledon, pictured left and right. In 2017, David and Victoria have both been awarded an OBE for services to football and fashion, pictured here. Victoria receives a robe from the Duke of Cambridge in April 2017. However, this isn't the first time the royals have turned to the former Spice Girl for wardrobe inspiration. Mrs. Beckham's Quincy tote is the Duchess of Cambridge's bag of choice for Wimbledon, having carried it to the tennis championships on 3 separate occasions. The Beckhams are known to be good friends of the Cambridges. They were invited to the 2011 royal wedding, and shoe designer Christian Louboutin previously revealed that Victoria once gifted the Duchess a pair of his famous stilettos. And the royal connections don't end there, with David and Victoria both being awarded an OBE for services to football and fashion respectively. Earlier this year, the Beckhams sparked controversy after attending a private tea party at Buckingham Palace for daughter Harper's 6th birthday, face-to-face with their eyes closed and faces touching. Prince Harry and Meghan Markle's official engagement photos are perhaps the most intimate images ever seen of any royal couple. The thoroughly modern couple posed for 2 photographs earlier this week at Frogmore House, one in color and one in black and white. Many royal fans have questioned whether Meghan Markle may have even gone as to go topless under her Ralph Russo couture dress, but it is believed she has chosen nude underwear. The portraits, that were released by Kensington Palace on Thursday, are remarkably different from those of Prince William and Kate's, taken back in 2010. Prince Harry and Meghan Markle have today released their official engagement portraits taken at Frogmore House, including this one which sees the bride to be in a dress costing almost £50,000. It is a stark contrast from the portraits taken of Prince William and Kate following their engagement in 2010, with the Duchess of Cambridge opting for a dress from high street retailer Rice. Duke and Duchess of Cambridge commissioned Vogue photographer Mario Testino for their portraits back in November 7 years ago, and at the time they were considered to be groundbreaking. Like Harry and Meghan, the couple released a photo of them embracing, cheek to cheek, in casual ensembles including a cashmere jumper from Brunello Cucinelle worn by William and Kate snuggling him in a cream blouse. It seems that Harry has opted for a similar approach to his brother, but taking it one step further. The couple, who announced their engagement almost a month ago, stand face-to-face in an intimate pose. The duo have both kept the eyes closed and Harry rests his forehead on Meghan's. The 36-year-old actress can be seen touching her partner's chin while he wraps her inside his wool coat. Notably, the couple have also opted to have the photo published in black and white, something that has not been seen in a royal engagement since Sarah Ferguson's engagement to Prince Andrew in 1985. While this portrait certainly showcases a great contrast to the Cambridges, there are a few similarities. The bride-to-be can be seen flashing her custom-made engagement ring designed by Harry before the camera, most likely at the instruction of her photographer, Alexei Lubomirsky. In their second shot, we see Harry and Meghan in an intimate embrace, seeing them stand face-to-face, with the couple opting for a black and white filter. Meanwhile, the Duke and Duchess of Cambridge could also be seen embracing, but stayed cheek-to-cheek rather than face-to-face. Thought Kate still takes the opportunity to flash her ring. This is similar to the Duke and Duchess of Cambridge's, which saw Kate show off her iconic sapphire engagement ring, famously belonging to Princess Diana. Meghan and Harry have too chosen to dress down for the photo, with Meghan in a Victoria Beckham jumper and her fiancé in a wool coat from Burberry. However, the choice in clothing could not be more different in the couple's second photos. In their second portrait, Kate and William stand in the council chamber in the state apartment at St. James's Palace. William is dressed in a Turnblasser suit, shirt and tie, while his then bride-to-be opts for a high street Endy dressed in a cream Reese dress. This is a stark contrast to Meghan and Harry. In the second photo, the engaged couple sit on the steps of Frogmore House in an informal pose. While it is not known where Prince Harry's suit is from, Meghan has shied away from the British High Street, instead opting for an opulent ball gown costing an estimated £56,000. The dress is by haute couture designer. Dress features a frothy tulle skirt and sheer beaded panel and costs a total £46,650 without VAT, though it remains unclear whether Meghan paid for the gown. One major similarity between the two couples' photos is their choice in photographer, with both opting for one adept with high fashion and celebrity shoots. Prince Charles and Lady Diana pose in their official engagement photograph photograph in February 1981. Princess Elizabeth, now Queen Elizabeth II, with Lieutenant Philip Mountbatten, now Prince Philip, in their official engagement portrait in July 1947. Harry and Meghan opted for celebrated fashion and celebrity photographer Alexei Lubomirsky, who has snapped everyone from Julia Roberts to Angelina Jolie. Royal Aide said the couple's choice of photographer didn't come from a personal relationship, they simply liked his work. Mr. Lubomirsky said, "It was an incredible honor to be asked to document this wonderful event, but also a great privilege to be invited to share and be a witness to this young couple's love for one another. I cannot help but smile when I look at the photos that we took of them. Such was their happiness together." Kate and William's official engagement photographs were taken by Mario Testino, who is known for his work in fashion photography, particularly in Vogue. According to Testino, they are in their prime and brimming with happiness. "I have never felt so much joy as when I see them together." While Testino is noted for his work with celebrities, he also has an affinity with the royals. That Lubomirsky. Testino has been the photographer of choice for many significant royal occasions. It was Testino to whom Prince Harry turned to mark his 20th and 21st birthdays, when he photographed the third in line to the throne laughing with his older brother and heir. But it is his portraits of Diana with which the Peruvian photographer will always be most closely associated, a fact of which both William and Kate would have been keenly aware. Yet again, her son's desire to include his late mother in his current happiness is clear, and, set against all that beige and cream, the deep blue of her former engagement ring draws the eye.